Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Arena Gauntlet League match. This is the final match of week 5, match number 25. And we are doing the best we can and on the brink of a top 8, but still need a lot of help to get there. So the deck you see on your screen right now is the deck we're going to play in match number 25 here today. You could check the top of the description for a week 0 introduction into this league if you don't know exactly what you've stumbled upon here and need an introduction as to where we ended up, how we did here. And you could also check the last 24 videos on the channel to see the first 24 matches of this league to catch up to where we are right now. Highly recommended if you're just plopping in where you are. So got a red-black stack deck, lost last match, didn't get a lot of help. We got Playful Shove and Ravine Raider as the only help out of that comeback pack, unfortunately. And we need to go on quite the run here to have a chance to get towards that top 8 that we want. We're guaranteed at least a couple of matches in week 6. We want at least a few more. Let's check out the standings. All right, today's match is against somebody who is almost skillful, but not quite all the way there. This will actually be our 3rd elimination match of this league. Almost Skillful is at 10 losses. And if they are to lose this match, then we win, or no, we win. Then they get eliminated from this tournament. And like I mentioned before, someone's got to do it. A lot of people got to get eliminated. You know, we got to be the one to do it sometimes. We're hoping to get that win today to go into week 6, the final week of play, with a record of 17-8. Otherwise, we go 16-9 and really can't afford many losses at all in week 6. They are in 31st place, playing a blue-black control deck against us today. Gonna be an interesting one. Enjoy today's match. All right, we go first here in match number 25, and the hand looks fine. We got early removal. Got to hope they don't have any stabs or burst lightnings themselves here. I don't see any in the pool. There is a stab. Don't know what colors they're playing, though. Blue. All right. Okay, well, get the aggro train going here, and see if Reeve Soul or Stab can kill their 2-drop. Wow. Can't attack or block unless I have 7 or more cards in my graveyard. Okay, well that means it can't block. Oh, can't attack. But it can block. Well, that's brutal. Jeez, what a blocker. I can't really attack against it. I mean, I could 2-for-1 myself with Stab here, but is that good? Probably not. Okay, well that was a brutal blocker to play on turn 2 there. So if they get below 4 cards in hand, it can't block though. That's a confusing card. Okay, I can't do anything except play this here, basically. And pass it back. This is the first time I've resolved Teapot Slinger since adding it to the deck. It does have Menace, so let's see if it survives here or if it eats a removal spell. Looks like it will, in fact, die. Not a horrible card to mill there, I guess. I mean, I could have attacked with Ghoul next turn, used Stab, traded, and then played Raider. That might not have been horrible, but it's in the graveyard, so it doesn't matter. Man, what a blocker. If this had not been down, they would be at like 12 life right now. At the very least, maybe 10 or something. Long River Lurker has ward what? Ward 1? Okay, this still can block. I'm going to have to Reeve Soul that probably. Okay, I mean, maybe. So it's got ward 1. Do I play the goblin and expose it to removal here? That is the question. I mean, I think I do. It's the most mana efficient thing to do. I just haven't been able to pressure their life total at all. Again, they do have a stab in deck. But it could just be the milling here. Mill a land. Yeah, Frenzy Goblin actually might have not been horrible as well. There goes Disfigure, so that's good. Curate, not bad. They're probably looking for a second blue source if I had to get. What is the reason they're... Oh my gosh, they have a lot of blue rares. Cure the Rising Tide. Double Wishing Well. That's bad though. Temporal Anchor is bad. Lunar Insight's not great. They do have a Consuming Aberration. Okay. So they kind of haven't gotten lucky with their rares, it seems. Oh no. Gonna get rid of both my zombies here. Yeah, can't do anything about that. At least this can't block now, though. So we will attack here. Okay, mill a land, thank you. Down goes a removal spell. I like to see removal going to the yard. Dreadwing Scavenger. Yeah, it's got Death Touch and +1/+1 here now. That's kind of brutal for me. This Vantress Gargoyle has basically saved the game for them, I would think. Diregraph Ghoul. Not outstanding. I think I probably have to 2-for-1 myself here. Not 2-for-1, but if they block, then they block. But I'm going to be taking 8 damage in the air next turn as well. Can't imagine they would want to block it, especially knowing I could have stab, so... Alright, they're at 15 still, and we don't have a lot of pressure on them. Another one. Goodness. I didn't see both of those. Yep, both of those are over there. I sorted by rarity. That's the uncommons, that's why. So am I dead next turn? Take 8, next turn take 11? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I guess stab makes it so I'm not officially dead, but like it's pretty close. Maybe I can get them to overextend somehow here. Okay, they found their second blue. What would be good here? Oh, just another flyer. I can't stab it because then I die on the backswing. That's not good, obviously. Alright, don't really have anything else to do. Just have to get in, I guess. I mean... Yeah, then they trade with the goblin. Sure, can't do anything about that. This ensures I don't die, I guess. Alright, go to 9. And 9 is not 0. This Vantress Gargoyle was the MVP in this game. All of the flyers. What can I do about that? Probably not much. Okay, go to 4. Yeah. I mean, sure, we'll just draw a land to end it here. Kiora, you know, what's it called? It doesn't even do it. The Steal and Sack card. Involuntary Employment doesn't do anything here. Seeker's Folly basically wipes my board. And there's the land to end it, like I said. All right, what can we do against all these flyers? Hmm. I mean, not a lot. I feel like our sideboarding plan has just not been good this whole league. There's a Power Stone Fracture. That could kill like some of these stupid flyers, but gosh, that stupid gargoyle just destroyed us that game. Is there a way to exile cards from graveyards that I have? Not really. I mean, the Remorse is probably pretty good. If they're milling us, is there something else that I could bring in that would, like Ruthless Negotiation from the yard? But that doesn't seem good enough. Soul Caller returning, but like this can't even block the flyers. I don't have any reach. I have flying, but this isn't good. Yeah, I don't really see anything here that's gonna help me. So just gotta hope they don't have a turn 2 Vantress Gargoyle, I guess. Hand's not great, but I guess we'll keep. I mean, we need another. We need to dodge removal and then have Brazen Collector survive to cast a Strongbox Raider. If all that happens, that's okay, but looks like they've got exactly removal, so that's nice. And if this dies, we're pretty much just out of this game already. Or God forbid they played like that frog that makes this unable to attack into it. Okay, good. They don't have anything. Play the Raider here. Flip over Employment and Augur. I think we'll take the Augur for next turn. Alright, a 1/3 flyer. Whenever they draw their second card, gets a counter. Sure. Unfortunately, I can't cast Augur and Stab this turn, so I need to cast the Augur for sure. So I can't attack with the Brazen Collector, which doesn't feel great, but let's attack with Raider here. Play the land, play the Augur, and then we have a couple of Steal and Sack cards, another card draw card. Not too bad. That's kind of annoying against my stupid Raider here. What can I do now? I guess I'm probably just playing a Strongbox Raider. And I can eat their Anointer with Stab if they choose. I could eat their Anointer with Stab either way. I don't think I want Stab to kill the wall necessarily. But I think I do want to eat the Anointer here. So let's go ahead and stab that. They take 2. Play Swamp. I didn't need to actually play the Swamp yet. That was annoying. Oh well. Ooh, this is tough. Both of these are really good in my deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess next turn I could cast. I could do both of these with the treasure. But, gosh, this is a tough choice here. I think the 9 Lives Familiar is going to represent a bigger threat later in the game. I think the Goblin is like a win more card. The 9 Lives Familiar is like, if you deal with my board, this could potentially kill you later. So that's why I'm choosing this one here. Worst case, I could actually steal their wall and bash them for like 10. Ugh, stupid gargoyle again. I can't do both of these. What could I do here? So, Mountain, kill Gargoyle. This can block currently. If I steal the Gargoyle, I can't attack with it. So that's not great. I can't play Searing Barrage and 9 Lives Familiar unless I... What if I attack with this? So I have 6, 7 mana. I can't do both of these things. I could do both of these things here. So what if I stole the wall, attacked with everything, they block a raider, they take 1, 2, 7, 8, 9. 9 is not 11. This is a really awkward turn here. I want to get the 9 Lives Familiar down. The Searing Barrage represents a good bit of damage here soon. So let's go to combat, attack with both raiders, I guess. Makes sense that they would trade here. Alright, go to damage. Do they have a... Now, if they had a stab, they would have done something with it. So let's play the cat. And then next turn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. We still can't do... Well, could we do both? So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. 8 mana, kind of. And then treasure would make it 9. So we can do both next turn. So that'll be interesting. Alright, down goes the Augur. Not great. So what can I do now? I mean, I don't need to steal and or kill anything. So just keep drawing lands, I guess, is what I'll do. Just attack here. Take 3. And I don't think I'm going to Searing Barrage down the wall. I'd rather do that to a creature that's relevant. Alright, there's a swamp. What do you got? Billowing Shriek Mass, yeah? Clay Revenant to your hand, that's fine. I think I'm not gonna barrage so that I could steal the Shriek Mass here. And then go to combat, attack all, get the red mana. Searing Barrage, they're effectively at 5, which puts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. So this is lethal if they have nothing in their hand except just the Surveil here. Alright, go to first strike damage. Next to damage. Go to 3, and then Searing Barrage on that, pay Adamant. And let's see what they got here. Alright, got the win. Okay, still one more to go here. Their deck is pretty decent against ours. We have a Billowing Shriek Mass of our own. We can't really be concerning ourselves with blocking. We have to try to be concerning ourselves with getting through their big blockers. So maybe something like Barge In is actually not too bad. And then Incinerating Blast actually deals with that that wall relatively well. Because that wall just, like, destroyed us there. Looks like they kept a 5-lander. We've all been there, Almost Skillful, don't worry. We have all kept a 5-lander at some point in our lives. They do have a decent bit of removal, it seems. So something like Equipment doesn't seem great. What did I bring in? I brought in the Barge In here. What seems not great? I mean, the Slinger is just kind of like... It's got Menace, though. That is pretty good against them. The Raiders actually seemed okay. All of these removal spells are pretty good. I don't know if I would want the Incinerating Blast. How about Shivan Dragon? Shivan Dragon just seems a little expensive and could just be like chumped for days. Usually Shivan Dragon has been like, I play it, if you can't kill it this turn, you lose. So like taking out a Shivan Dragon and just putting in a combat trick that gives trample is like maybe not the worst idea in the world. Let's try it like this here in game 3 and see if that's good enough. So they've also spent a good amount of time sideboarding here. I wonder if they're potentially thinking of swapping into a different colored deck or just looking at bigger toughness creatures to put in. What is that wall's name? Is that an uncommon? It is an uncommon. Rune-seared wall. Rune-sealed wall. Only got one of those. I kind of like our matchup here. We just got to have a good aggressive start. All right, give me a good hand. The hand's good if I find a black, but I need exactly a black pretty much now. All right, we're going to risk it. We need the black. Let's find the black. Not a black. Give me a black right now. Come on. Not what I meant. Oh, this is going to be brutal. I'm going to get eliminated here. Not eliminated, but lose this match to a sketch keep, which, you know, everybody has that happen to them. Oh, they also kept a sketchy hand. Well, good news is that I'm not punishing for you for it. Who's going to find their black first? Looks like it was me. All right, so what do we play first? I think I'm going to play the Hungry Ghoul first here. Kind of protects me a little bit against removal. I do have a trick to help push through a potential creature here. Yeah, I get why you'd keep 2 islands and a think twice. That makes sense. You get a bunch of chances at a 3rd land there, so it's kind of brutal, but I mean, I kept a sketch hand too, so. What do I play? Probably Gourmand here. Yeah, there's the ouch. So we both kept it. It's just who got unlucky with it. Yeah, the Gourmand has attacks regardless of whether or not uh they play another creature, or regardless of whether or not I have to sacrifice something. So well, wall is good. Wall will help you, that is for sure. I mean, the Frenzied Goblin means you can't block with it, and I have the barge in to trample over the Revenant, which is going to help. That also kind of helps. Let me just get rid of this Revenant then. Make this unable to block. Play a Blood Witch. So do that. Auto pay and decline here. Put them to 9. These Blood Witches are really going to go a long way in getting the triggers we need as well. Because we can also just like Blood Witch and then Hungry Ghoul sack our whole board and drain. There's that stupid gargoyle again. Yeah, I mean, it's good. Can't cast that. So what could I do? Play a Blood Witch and then activate that. Hold up barge in. So let's attack all, make the gargoyle unable to block here. And then you will take 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe there's a way I have lethal with barge in, I'm not sure. Probably not. Not this turn. Maybe next turn. What if I sacked this Blood Witch? It goes to 7. 6, 5. Block there. Go to 4, 3. Barge in puts to 2 and 1. Is that right? Yes, this puts them to 7 if I sack that Blood Witch. Gourmand puts them to 5. They block the Hungry Ghoul 4 and 3, and then barge in goes to 2 and 1. So yeah, it's not exactly there yet. So I don't think we need to get that aggressive right now. Next turn we should probably have it, unless they have some crazy board wipe. But even if they do, the Blood Witch triggers are going to be really good here. Plus, one more land lets us deal 3 to the face as well. Yeah, I agree. I mean, all of my losses in this tournament have been losses like the ones you've had right now. We both kept really, really like suspect hands, and Unfortunately, I got paid off a couple turns before you did, which is unfortunate. Like you saw in the what's it called in the previous screen before the match here, this is an elimination game for Almost Skillful. Kept it on top. I'm sure it's a swamp here, but yeah. I mean, in 30 matches, matches like these are just going to happen. We've lost at least 3 or 4 matches to just like non-games on our side. Hence, checked yesterday's video. And we've also won some to it too. So in the end, it usually balances itself out. But gosh, getting top 8 in this league is so hard because you just got to get lucky enough to not have a lot of those matches, you know, where you don't get get mana screwed and keep sketchy hands that don't work. I mean, in 30 matches, what does that come down to? Almost 90 games, up to 90 games. You're gonna get mana screwed sometimes, and you just gotta roll with the punches. I think it just sucks to get eliminated on it too. You know, this is their 11th loss. If they do end up losing this one here, and it's just a kind of a brutal way to go out. Looks like they've got at least something here that could make them survive. Seeker's Folly won't do it, though, because the Blood Witches will trigger 6 times. They could make me discard 2 cards, but I doubt that's going to matter. Imprisoned on the Moon. Would I rather the land, or would I rather just get 2 more pings here? I think I'll take the pings. Now a land will let me win with Searing Barrage. Also, the Gourmand is just lethal as it is. And that should do it there. All right, good games. Almost Skillful. Sorry it had to end like that, but like I mentioned, I feel like we all have to deal with that at least every now and then. Great league. I think your record was around 14-10. You know, yeah, 14-11 is where you ended. I think that's a respectable record as well. This is now the 3rd opponent we've had the displeasure of eliminating from the league, but like I mentioned before, 121 start, only 8 can make it to the top, and 113 got to get eliminated somehow, and we got to be the one to do it here today. So, great games. All right, GG's Almost Skillful. Like I mentioned, it's brutal. We got to be the one to do some eliminations here. This is our 3rd time eliminating an opponent from the league, but you know, there's a chance in a couple matches we get eliminated as well. So somebody's got to do it to somebody, and it's got to be us today. Great matches, great league for you as well. Today we move up to 10th place to finish week number 5 with a record of 17-8 here. So there's a few players behind us, Fortem, Prudent, and Peas of Crab, who, if they win, are going to jump us in the standings in their last match this week due to opponent match win percentage tiebreaker. And if Frisky Hobbit were to lose, we are going to jump over them due to opponent match win percentage tiebreaker as well. JM Tron could lose and stay above us as well. So lots of really close stuff going on here. We are fighting for one of those top 8 spots. That's what we got to do. I think next week we're really going to have to... A 4-1, I think will get it done. A 5-0 definitely should, and a 3-2, I don't think will. I think a 3-2 will put us in 8th place as far as record, but I think the opponent match win percentage tiebreaker is going to knock us out of top 8 if we go 3-2. So we got to have a great week 6 here, moving up. And the final aspect of this league is the fact that we are in a plane chase league right now, which means we do planeswalk from week to week. There are many planes we could go to here for the final week of play, many of which include deck building restrictions and things. Let's see if we get affected moving into week 6. And it looks like we might have lucked out. We planeswalk to the plane of Ixalan. When you planeswalk to Ixalan's core, each player gets 2 map tokens, and a map token can be used to re-roll an unwanted comeback pack and replace it with a pack of Ixalan and a pack of Rivals of Ixalan. and that comeback pack is from Lost Caverns of Ixalan. So the comeback pack is a more recent Ixalan set, more powerful for power creep, but if you don't like it, you could re-roll it and give yourself 2 of the 2017 Ixalan sets, which are much less powerful, but you do get double the cards. So it's an interesting decision what to do. Hopefully we don't have to make that decision too much. We have to make it a maximum of 2 times. If we lose 3 times, we're out. So this is what we're dealing with in week 6. We get to add a couple of humans back to our sideboard. We're not main decking any of them, really. And because we're off of Bloomborough now. And that's it. So we got a tough week ahead of us. Today's Friday. First match of week 6 you will see on Monday. Thanks for tuning in today, and I'll see you next week for more Arena Gauntlet League.